What you're about to see doesn't happen in professional basketball. Not once, not twice, but 8 records shattered in a single night, inside a hostile arena, with controversy brewing outside the building, and defenders doing everything they could to physically stop her. Caitlin Clark walked into Seattle and rewrote history. 32 points, 7 assists,
Perfect from a line.
and by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly. Backhand index pointing right, which 8 records fell. Backhand index pointing right, why one of them took Diana Taurasi 20 years. Backhand index pointing right, and how the Indiana Fever just sent a message to the entire WNBA. This wasn't just a win. This was a takeover.
Last time we saw these two teams play, Caitlin Clark put on one of the greatest performances in the history of this league.
Record-setting performance just 11 days ago. Caitlin Clark was absolutely ridiculous.
Clark weaving into the paint. Her little runner is good. As Clark stepped into a three. As it's still able to fight back, claw back, get it to single digits. As Clark rings in another deep three. Trying to get it into her. Clark going to drive it instead. The fade and the finish.
Before the game even started, this wasn't just basketball anymore. Outside Climate Pledge Arena, a full-blown protest erupted. It all centered around Sophie Cunningham's controversial comments on protecting women's sports. Two sides formed instantly. Backhand index pointing right supporters holding signs backing her stance. Backhand index pointing right counter-protesters pushing back just as hard. But here's where things escalated. Reports surfaced that security removed pro-Cunningham signs, while allowing opposing ones to remain. And just like that, the tension inside the building?
Crowd gathered before the Indiana Fever game in Seattle last night in support of Sophie Cunningham's recent comments about transgender athletes.
A few dozen people showed their support of Cunningham and promoted statewide initiatives to ban transgender students from participating in girls' athletics at Washington state schools. Cunningham shared her support for that idea in an ESPN article published last week.
From the opening tip, Seattle made one thing clear. Caitlin Clark was the target. Full court pressure. Hands everywhere, bodies colliding on every possession. There were moments where defenders literally wrapped arms around her. No whistle. Meanwhile, phantom fouls called against Clark on defense. Even commentators said it live. Backhand index pointing right, one of the worst officiated games we've seen. But here's what makes this different. Clark didn't argue, didn't retaliate. She stayed locked in.
Every game, Caitlin Clark gets fouled the entire time. These reach-in fouls all the way up the court during the full court press. She still managed 32.
Most players would crack under that pressure, but not this team. Instead of matching chaos with chaos, the Fever responded with precision. Backhand index pointing right ball movement. Backhand index pointing right shot selection. Backhand index pointing right composure. And the numbers prove it. Perfect from the free throw line. 26 for 26. That's not luck. That's focus under fire. And then came the first statement, 37-20 after one quarter. On the road, in a hostile arena. That's when this game stopped being a battle and started becoming history.
And then look at this. Some people say that wasn't a foul. Well, then why on this side of the ball is that a foul? So let's review this. So you're telling me that this is not a foul, clear reach in, swipe across her entire body, but it happened all game. I'm going to show that on my video. But this is a foul.
While all eyes were on Clark, Sophie Cunningham came out blazing. 3 straight three-pointers. All 11 of her points. In the first quarter alone. This wasn't just scoring. This was a statement. After everything that happened before the game, she answered the noise the only way that matters. On the court.
Like, all these stats should have been a steal. Or just whatever the refs want to make it. She never gets calls, and they always call ghost fouls on her. It's crap. It really.
But Seattle didn't fold. Natasha Howard stepped up with a career performance. Backhand index pointing right, 33 points. Backhand index pointing right, 6 rebounds. Backhand index pointing right, 4 assists. Backhand index pointing right, 0 turnovers. She brought Seattle all the way back, cutting the lead to just 2 points. For a moment, it looked like the momentum had shifted, like the chaos might finally pay off.
Clark, final wiggle free, step back, is good. Here's Clark. Deep three is good. Caitlin Clark, 4th straight game for Indiana, putting up 100 as Clark plays it in. 9th career 30.5 assist game, most in franchise history.
And then, Caitlin Clark reminded everyone exactly who she is. 16 points in the 3rd quarter alone. Let that sink in. While the rest of her team went cold, Clark carried the offense by herself. Final stat line. Backhand index pointing right, 32 points. Backhand index pointing right, 7 assists. Backhand index pointing right, 4 rebounds. Backhand index pointing right, 85% true shooting. Backhand index pointing right, 10-4, 10 from the line. That's not just elite. That's historical efficiency.
27 games down and 17 to go. Here's Clark off the screen and drills her first three.
It's what we're here for. It's an effort to start the game.
Here is Clark, drives by Melvin and flips it home.
Once she gets Melvin on her hip, forget about it.
Now, let's talk about the moment that changed everything. The records. Here's what fell that night. Most 100-point games in a season, 12. First team ever with 100-plus points in 4 straight games. Most 30-plus point, 5-plus assist games in Fever history. WNBA all-time leader in 30-plus point, 5-plus assist games. Fastest to 500 points plus 150 assists in a season. Matched Diana Taurasi's elite efficiency milestone. Multiple historic efficiency games in under 3 seasons. Franchise offensive pace record. And here's the wildest part. Diana Taurasi took 20 seasons to reach one of these marks. Clark
launches and hits a three.
That's one way to teach a lesson. You keep reaching, I'm going to keep teaching.
Clark launches and hits a three.
That's one way to teach a lesson. You keep reaching, I'm going to keep teaching.
And just when Seattle thought they had a chance, Kelsey Mitchell stepped in. After struggling all game, she exploded in the 4th quarter. Backhand index pointing right, 18 points in 1 quarter. Backhand index pointing right, 28 total points. Backhand index pointing right, 12 straight 20-plus point games. That's now the 3rd longest streak in WNBA history. From cold to unstoppable. That's how you close a game.
Clark a little stutter step, fades, fires, and rolls it home. Clark with 19.
Yeah, the floor's getting ready to open.
Clark launches and buries a three. She's caught fire and has 14 of Indiana's last 16.
So what does this all mean? This wasn't just a win. This was backhand index pointing right, a team proving they can dominate under pressure. Backhand index pointing right, a rookie-era superstar rewriting history. Backhand index pointing right, and a league being forced to pay attention. Because Caitlin Clark isn't just breaking records anymore. She's changing the standard. And if this is what year 3 looks like, then the rest of the WNBA better be ready. Because this is just the beginning. If you think Caitlin Clark is the future of the WNBA, comment record breaker below. And don't forget to like and subscribe, because this story, it's far from over.